Daniel, why don't you like the MCU?
Basically, I saw a Reddit post that said how to save the MCU, and every single comment was like, these movies make billions of dollars, you fucking idiot. Why do you think they need saving? Huh? Why do you think they need saving? They're really good films. And I'm just like sitting there, I'm like, holy shit. And there's a lot of them that are like, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I wouldn't watch it again, but it was still pretty good.
Yeah.
Thor Love and Thunder, pretty good. But they were all positive. I'm okay with people liking stuff, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think it's because people are, I don't know if they're actually comparing it to like, yeah, but have you ever seen...
But have they ever seen real movies?
You ever seen Groundhog's Day? That movie's dog shit. I'd rather watch Iron Man 2 over Groundhog's Day any day.
I like Iron Man 2.
I like Iron Man 2 and Groundhog's Day. I'm sorry. I was reaching.
But I think they're just blindly loving everything. And it's not even like a consume product, get it excited for next product joke meme thing. It's just these people, they probably genuinely enjoy these movies.
Yeah.
But they could be so much better.
Yeah. Because I think at the moment, the Disney Marvel money printing machine is put character that people like into a story. Money.
Yeah, it's like they write the story first and then add the character in kind of deal. They're like, what do we want to say?
Yeah, there's such a big love for these characters that now people are just going to go watch whatever that they're in.
Yeah, well,
just because to see them.
They got 12 years of incredible movies.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, they're not all great, but 12 years of very solid rewatchable movies.
Yeah, but who's going back for Sam Wilson's?
Sam Wilson?
That's the guy. That's Falcon. His name is in the show. His name is.
I was gonna say, what the fuck? That's like, I didn't even know Sam Wilson.
Who's going back for Bucky and Falcon? They're actors.
And Captain America.
Nothing wrong with them.
And White Wolf. Yeah.
Love them. But
they're also newer characters, and they were like they're brought to the forefront because they've killed off or bored everyone else. Like Thor probably won't make another movie.
Off-world.
Like. Oh, we're doing
Thor. Off-world.
Yeah, everyone that was big at the start doesn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Which, in fairness, yes, fair, because he's been doing it for 15 years. But I don't know whether that means they should just restart the universe. But I think they definitely need to pivot the entire way they're focusing on things. Secret Invasion is a good example. Because in Secret Invasion, it's a TV show of 6 episodes, a total runtime of a movie, but for some reason they needed to stick it on Disney+. But it's meant to have this huge revelation that's like world-changing, that a million Skrulls lives there, and that they almost had World War III.
Yeah.
But in the movies, like in the next movie that's coming out, Miss Marvel, or The Marvels, sorry, it's going to have no effect.
Yeah.
And I assume the character assassination that they've done to Nick Fury in that show is going to just be gone. He's just going to be back to movie Nick Fury, where they're not going to give him anything overly deep to do, but he's going to be going through these other characters, but he's going to be back to being a badass, which is definitely what they took away from him in Secret Invasion. So that's a weird one.
I think that another reason why they're never going to mention Secret Invasion ever again is because
it's the lowest rated of any show they've ever released.
That one, but also the main villain / big bad at the end, the Super Skrulls, had every single power.
Yep. They made him OP, yeah.
They made him too OP because
Data is a god now.
How are you going to put that against anyone but every single Avenger?
Yeah.
Who would just equal the same as that?
Which is kind of what happened in Secret Invasion, the comics. But
well, Secret Invasion, the comics literally interrupted every single storyline and was like, these superheroes were Skrulls.
It was an Avengers, yeah.
It was a big event that literally stopped a lot of comic runs to play out because it was so big. Whereas this is done in a TV show. They said one guy who you saw once, Rhodey, was a Skrull.
Yeah.
And
exciting.
we've created 2 gods. But now one.
What I reckon they'll do is they're just going to be like, oh, the DNA wore off. They're no longer a superhero. But they could just do it again, right?
Yeah.
Like,
they still have the DNA somewhere,
I'm sure
right?
the Avengers aren't happy about having their DNA taken, but if you could make a super soldier that is that strong and you're up against Kang and guys just give me a little bit of your blood and I'll go kick the shit out of him. Wouldn't they do that? Just like they might do that.
Did you just create the solution to everything and the problem for everything in one thing?
But that's the weird thing about the show. It's like, it's not a spy thriller. It's not a mystery. It's not like,
Good.
it's not good. It feels like it remembered that Captain America and the Winter Soldier was popular. Like, that did well.
Yes.
But instead of replicating that, they kind of just talked about doing it and they like put them in the setting. But it's not that at all. Maybe they did think of the big Super Skrull fight at the end first, and they were just trying to work their way towards that, because it doesn't feel like it naturally ends up there. So
But we're not shitting on. I mean, we are. But
yeah,
although that is a problem with the MCU, what do you reckon the main problem is? Because I think the main problem is that they don't all kind of link up coherently anymore. Like, all of the original movies led to them teaming up to fight a big bad, whereas now they're all fighting world level threats, and then they team up to fight an even bigger threat. Whereas what was so good about the originals was it was your local superheroes. You know, Iron Man, I know he went to the Middle East to blow up some terrorists, okay? I know Captain America fought the Nazis, but it's like they teamed up to save someone that was world big.
well, I mean, the Avengers 1 gave, like, the first Avengers movie gave Tony PTSD and affected his whole next movie. Like, his next movie doesn't happen unless the Avengers happened. But it feels like most of these movies could happen and they won't really affect anything in the future because the universe is too messy now. They've added too many characters, too many storylines, too many threats.
And they have to call back or make it a part of everything instead of just maybe focusing on one thing.
Well, yeah, the threat now is Kang, which is not just Kang. It's like it's an infinite number of Kangs. And they've also written themselves into they've also written themselves into the corner of death doesn't matter anymore because there's 1,000 other Captain Americas out there that they can just bring back any time. Like, nobody's ever really gone. So there's no stakes anymore. Mixed with the fact that the bad guy is now one bad guy who wants to conquer.
You mean that one guy who got beat up by Ant-Man?
Yes.
In human form?
And then Ants, and then Ant-Man.
Yes.
They're just diluting it way too much with shows, I think, is the main problem.
Yeah.
Because what I want them to do with the shows is what I want Star Wars to do with the shows. I want Star Wars movies to be the movies that alter the universe. And then I want the shows to kind of live on their own. So you don't have to watch the movies to watch the shows. You know? Yeah, so it's basically just I want them to live on their own. Because the Marvels, which isn't playing right now, but the Marvels, you have to have seen.
WandaVision?
Well, from the start, you have to have seen Captain Marvel. Then you have to see WandaVision. Then you have to see Miss Marvel. So you're already at like 10 hours worth of TV and movies. You have to watch like a fuck ton of stuff. And a lot of people don't watch the shows because Loki, the show, set itself up to be world changing as well. Like, this is going to kick off the multiverse.
Yeah, that was supposed to be the kicking off point.
And they kind of make like Loki creates the multiverse according to that show. And at the end of the show, basically they pull out and Kang is taken over. Like Loki swaps timelines.
The one who remains.
And there's just there's a giant Loki statue. Sorry, there's a giant Kang statue. And then nothing has happened to do with that for 2 years apart from Quantumania, where I guess if you've seen Loki, you're like, oh, that's Kang.
Yeah.
But he's introduced as a bad guy. We're not introduced to him as like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, we always kind of know he's evil in the movie, even if you hadn't seen Loki. So Loki doesn't matter. And it's just, all the shows are meant to be like world changing and none of them do.
Yeah.
Whereas if they focused on way smaller stories, like even Kamala Khan, even Miss Marvel got carried away, it could have focused on a smaller story. And it kind of does for the first like 2 episodes. Because I remember watching it and I'm messaging my mates and I'm like, hey, this is a pretty good show. Like, this is pretty, I'm liking it. Like, Kamala Khan's very likable because she's just a big fucking nerd in real life. And like, that's just who she's playing.
She's an Avengers fan girl.
But in real life and in the show.
And it's
like, that's convenient. Yeah, it started off like that and then it just got out of hand when all they needed to do was just keep it low. Because they've done this before. They had shows running alongside a very successful MCU that was at the top of its game. And that was on Netflix when Netflix had the rights. So you had Daredevil, which got 3 amazing seasons. I didn't love season 2, but I think I just hate Rosario.
Season 2 was good. Season 3 was bad.
I think I just hate Rosario Dawson. And she was in season 2 too much.
Okay, I'll give you that.
And now she's a Ahsoka. But anyway, another time. But
Punisher.
Yeah, Punisher was incredible. I didn't love Luke Cage, but then Jessica Jones season 1 is like my favorite. So
The Defenders.
The Defenders was bad. That was when they got a little over their load again.
Yeah.
But it was still very successful. and it didn't ruin the MCU, like,
Yeah.
because
That was a
it wasn't
storyline
MCU
on
characters.
running parallel, but not at the
Yeah.
same level.
Yeah,
And I think
and
that's
you-
also great. It
and
was
you can dip in, but you
Yeah.
can't not. But everything's just an ensemble cast now. So I guess we should say how we titled the video "How to Save the MCU."
Mm-hmm.
So how do we save it?
I think the best idea, which they could never do, is to
Cancel it.
scrap everything. Start again from the start.
Well, DCU's trying it, so I guess if the DCU is successful, do you reckon Marvel will do it?
No.
You reckon Marvel will just continue a constant story? Because comics reboot all the time, but I don't know when, like, what the average time length is. Like, 15 years and 50 properties is a really fucking long time.
Yeah.
And they're just going to continue forever, so it's just going to be an ever-growing spiral of doom.
I think they just need 5 good movies and then put them together and then Avengers them. Bang.
I don't think that is enough, though. I think people need a reason to go back.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm going to see the Marvels anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't actually care about what's happening in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think I know who the bad guy is in it.
Like woman Ronin, black female Ronin. She has like a gauntlet and a hammer.
I've no idea what you're talking about. So
I'm pretty sure.
I've seen both trailers, so they've failed at that.
They're their own worst enemy.
But I don't know why it exists or what it's leading to. And movies don't have to lead to anything, but the MCU is making it so they do.
Yeah.
So every time a property doesn't directly push you towards the next step, makes it feel meaningless.
Well, it's like we went into Ant-Man 3 knowing this is going to set up the next big thing.
And then it didn't.
But it tried to.
It showed us the next big thing. It didn't actually
still
set it up.
led into it a little bit.
Kang's still exactly where he was before we left.
Yeah,
except
but now we
he's-
know of him.
Now he's
more.
No, that's what we did. That all they did was they devoted a whole movie to the stinger where Thanos is like in the chair. Fine, I'll do it myself. Like that is Quantumania. That is how that pushed forward.
How is the Marvels going to finish? I have no idea how it's going to finish to lead into the next thing.
Or whether it even will. Whether it's even going to deal with the Skrull threat, which is the last thing they set up. I just don't think any of it matters anymore.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Unrelated.
Yes, completely unrelated.
Solo movie.
And a banger movie.
Oh, beautiful. Addressed things, didn't make it about things.
Oh, okay.
Thanos and the snap changed you, blah, blah, blah,
They
blah,
brought
blah.
stuff up, yeah.
But it
So-
wasn't the whole movie.
Yeah. So is that what they need to do? They need to stop trying to build towards something and just make movies.
Make movies in the universe without making the universe the movie.
Do we need a break? Should they just do... Because even during COVID, we didn't get a break.
Do you know what we need? We need stop everything. Another season or 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.-esque show. Where it's people cleaning up, just resetting it. They are resetting everything.
The Blip Patrol.
And then at the end of that leads into the first movie. The Thunderbolts.
The Thunderbolts looks like the fucking dumbest thing. It's a bunch of the
Oh,
B-list...
we got Bucky.
Yeah, it's all the B-list heroes and villains are in like a Suicide Squad movie.
So we got Ghost, Russian Captain America.
Ghost, who we haven't seen in 5 years.
Yeah, we got Little Romanov. We got White Wolf. We have
We got Sloppenheimer.
we got Sloppenheimer. We have Taskmaster.
Yep.
And then there's someone in the background here.
Is it Harrison Ford?
Echo. Not going to be anything.
No one cared. You don't even know who Echo is because you didn't watch the Hawkeye show. But basically, that's a show based off the bad guy from the show Hawkeye.
Also joining Echo in her solo Disney Plus series are Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox as Kingpin and Daredevil, respectively, setting up their adventure in Daredevil Born Again.
Okay, so now we're doing the show Hawkeye set up the show Echo, which is setting up the show Daredevil Born Again.
Which didn't need it. Daredevil already had a thing.
And a fan base too.
I think they're going to start what properly should have been the phase 4 and 5 with Loki season 2. This is the only way I can see them setting up the newest proper phase. Yeah. I'm not talking about the regular Marvel phases 4 and 5 because they've done nothing. Endgame bookend, Loki season 2. I think that's how it should go.
Basically, we're fucked.
We're fucked. I don't think we're going to get a good one for a little bit, fellas.
Yeah, that's pretty off.
Closing thoughts?
Well, we didn't solve their problem,
That
which is unsurprising considering we're not professional.
we couldn't fix the problem. Give us some money, Disney. Let us know how you would fix the MCU.
Yeah.
Or let us know if you think the MCU is perfect.
Yes, it's going to be the two camps.
Yeah.
Half of you can tell us how to fix it, and the other half of you can tell us why it's perfect and makes billions of dollars and we need to shut up.
Tell us what your favorite Phase 5 or 4 property was.
Yeah. My favorite Phase 5.
Can't say Guardians 3.